Hi, happy Saturday. For you, it's been one extra week. I apologize about that. It was my birthday on Tuesday, and I celebrated over the weekend. I did a paint and sip. We had people over, we drank a little bit, we ate some snacks, and we painted. I will show you some of the paintings. You can guess which ones are mine. And let me know what you think of them. I thought everybody did a really good job. My neighbor came over too, and it was her first time ever painting, and I think she had a blast. Actually, I know she had a blast. She told me a whole bunch of times. And we'll have to do this again over the summer because I love being artsy, and the more the merrier in my house, I guess. So, yeah. Which kind of brings us to what today's video is. So, May, besides being the month of Mother's Day and my birthday's in this month, um, it is also Mental Health Awareness Month. And I personally have been going through a bit of a hard time recently. I went a few weeks ago to see my sister, which was a great vacation, but I came back with jet lag. First time in my life, too. Did not enjoy it. It gave me 5 days at least of like insomnia. It spiked my anxiety, which led me to be depressed. I cried a lot when I came back. I was missing her and her family. They don't live close to me. They haven't lived close. They haven't lived close in a very long time, which she's in the military and her husband's in the military, and I'm a military brat, so I get it. But I don't know. I miss her a lot. I love her. I love her family. And it was just hard. And it reminded me too, my daughter turned 18 at the end of last year, and this is her senior year of school. Her and her boyfriend, along with their daughter, that we call Squishy, they will all be getting a place of their own sometime this year, most likely in the fall. But it felt right around the corner. It still feels a little bit around the corner, but I'm doing a lot better. I don't cry every day. When I first came back that first week, my emotions were all over the place with the jet lag, hormonal imbalance, TMI, I'm sure for some of you. I'm a female. And once a month we have a week of hormonal imbalance, if we want to word it that way, I guess. And so that was on top of it, and I just was feeling really depressed and very sad, crying a lot. I reminded myself that I have a lot of shoulders to lean on, which was really nice. Reaching out and talking to my mom. She's been an empty nester for a while, so I was talking about how I was gonna feel when my house was gonna be empty, and just loneliness and sadness, and getting used to like my daughter not being around all the time, and worrying that we're not gonna be as close, even though we are. We're very much like friends. And so it was just really nice. I reached out to a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of family, reminding myself I do have a support group. Work has been wonderful. They're very much like friends and family too. I talked to my doctor so that for me personally, I went on fluoxetine to help just reduce the level of anxiety I was feeling. I just had this like really tight band here. It was making it kind of like hard to breathe, hard to focus on other things. Like the anxiety was just making itself front and center. And I can't go through life like that on a daily basis. I like to be bubbly and happy, which usually means shoving my emotions down, and that's not healthy. And the jet lag with the insomnia kind of forced all of my emotions up that I didn't really want to deal with. But yeah, I've been doing really good. I still feel sad knowing that, like, I don't know, life is barreling past and you can't do anything about it. Watching my granddaughter get a little older every day, knowing my daughter's gonna move out soon, and just kind of like, oh, what does that mean for like what's my next chapter in life gonna be, you know? And I have hobbies. I do this, I write, I art, I go to poetry meetings. I really need to go back to my writers' meetings so I can finish some books for you guys so that you have more content from me. So I have lots of things. But I do still want to touch on mental health awareness because it isn't just, knowing like an aunt that has schizophrenia or hearing about, I don't know, somebody who's like chronically depressed. It's also about like day to day, like, sadness and hardships, and everybody goes through it. Everybody has like days they feel blue, they feel angry, they just lash out at the world, they just want to cry in a corner, and I think the more we talk about it, I think it's really good. It's very healthy. When I was a kid, it was very much bury your emotions. Don't talk about it. Don't cry in front of people. You just power on through it. And that's not healthy. I feel immensely better having talked to people these last few weeks, being back from vacation. It's been so nice, just having that human connection, reaching out to people. So if you don't suffer from anxiety or depression, there's chances are there's people around you that do, and just being a shoulder to like cry on or lend an ear to listen, it really helps a lot. It really, really does. So just, I don't know, as the month says, we're just bringing awareness to mental health, and that's good to talk to people. It's good to reach out. It's good to be a friend. It's good to, check on those that, maybe, suffer from anxiety or depression, and just let them know that you're there, in whatever capacity you're comfortable with being there. Not saying you have to be there for like all their crisis, but just, again, like I said, a shoulder, an ear, it really helps. So today, the 3 poems I'm going to read, since I'm being a Debbie Downer anyways, I have read one of them before already, but they're all related to the COVID lockdown. But some of the emotions that I felt during like the COVID lockdown that we had around here in Wisconsin, I kind of feel a little bit of again now, and I'm feeling a lot better, like I said, but still sad, still, some people just don't like change in life, big dramatic changes that, you have no control over, and that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. I just feel a little bit adrift and, melancholy, though for the most part it doesn't really present itself every day, but it definitely in the middle of the night when like you kind of roll over, wake up, and the house is really quiet. Sad thoughts just kind of creep in, just again, reminders that life is just going by really quick and you can't put the brakes on it, unfortunately. So, but again, the emotions that I kind of felt then, I feel a little bit again. So I just thought I'd read those. They don't have to necessarily be COVID related. They just happen to be when I wrote them. So, all right, I will read. I'll just go in order of the book. So the first one is called Quarantine. Sadly sitting, softly still, stressed and strained, somberly sullen, waiting, watching, wild, wide eyes, wanting wisdom, wistful, but waning. That one was really fun to do. Like the whole first half is just all S sounds and the whole second half is just all W's. There's a little illustration I did. This one is called When Will We Go Back to Normal? And this one I have read before. Work, home, sleep, repeat. Work, home, sleep, repeat. I drag myself out of bed. I stare at my phone, get up and brush the hair on my head. I go to work, she goes to school. We both carry on. We have a lot to do. I watch the news, the whispers abound about a virus that is going around. We get up the next day and it all repeats. Work, home, sleep. Work, home, sleep. Little changes, but the news it swells. We do our routines and I dwell and dwell. But we carry on as we always do, changing little about our attitude. Till one day all of it cracks, the dam it breaks, now we see what we've lacked. Shutdowns begin and we're stuck inside. Our routine is broken, our fear is high. Our pattern it changes, yet still repeats, to something else, a newer beat. Home, sleep, home, sleep. And now we struggle to make amends, to rectify and define our sins, to find the blame, but heal too, for together we must learn to do something we had not done before, find a new way, open a door. Look out for ourselves and our neighbors too, we must find a new avenue. We can't cling to the idea of our old routines, change has come and it might remain. Forced to explore ways to stay safe, a new mantra we change begrudgingly embraced. Home, 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 home. But we are all antsy and unsure, stuck inside, angry and bored, wondering what comes next, if we'll survive, demanding to know when we can go outside. We look to our leaders, our friends as well, pondering aloud our biggest fear, hoping that the answer is near, wondering when we can go back to normal. But have we changed, and is it enough? Did we make a large enough fuss? For if we emerge and forget what we've learned, the disease will come back, and when it returns, lockdowns will ensue with panic anew, and we'll be left asking again, when will we go back to normal? And then the last one is called Second Round, and my daughter posed for this picture. I told her, I said, could you just look outside like you're kind of like wistful and like longing? So she did a great job. Second round. Isolated, an animal in a cage. I can see people, but communication is hard. Gone is the ease, the connection is fading. Masks, shields, and closed doors now rule. As a social creature, I want to rally against this. Angst and fear rise up, demanding attention. Misery and loneliness hang in the air, suffocating. I'm being dramatic, I am aware. But wisdom and sanity prevail. Stay safe, keep others safe. This shall pass, and we will connect again. I like that last line. How I'm feeling will pass, and I am trying to connect to people again, so it's good. It's good. And I have to deal with these emotions, you know. Can't just keep them all bottled up. That's how I got sad in the first place. So, yeah. But, again, just reach out, be a friend to people. And if you're the one that's struggling, it's okay to talk to people. It's okay to reach out. It's okay to talk to a doctor. I'm going to start counseling sessions myself just to kind of like help me decide what my next chapter in life is going to be and how I'm going to just navigate it. I've lived by myself before. It's it was a very long time ago, and you just get so used to having somebody else in the house and like a built-in kind of like buddy that you can go do things with, and it'll just be strange. It'll be strange, and it'll be an adjustment to get used to not having somebody like I'm a very spontaneous person, and sometimes you just want to jump in the car and go do something, and to not have somebody who will jump in the car with you right away is going to be an adjustment, like I said. And I'll find people that will like, you know, go and hang out with me at the spur of a moment, but I'm going to have to learn to be okay too, that sometimes it's just gonna be me in the car, you know, and that's all right. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the poems, and yeah, I hope everybody's been having a good May so far. In the meantime, well, I guess enjoy your weekend, and I will see you again in 2 weeks.